Good morning, everybody. We are Robert and Lauren Laird, and we're here in Garden Grove, California on a beautiful Saturday morning, and we are excited to go with you on a journey through the Reliv Success training this morning. It is going to be a fantastic morning, so get your notebooks out, your pencils or pens ready, and let's talk about how we can make the most of this month here with our Reliv Success training. Before we do that, though, just remember you want to save the date for the International Virtual Conference. We'll come back to this in a few minutes, but you can register right now at reliv.com/events.
We're going to share our stories?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay. Reliv International. We are 32-year, been around for 32 years.
Pictures.
Huh?
I'll hide people's pictures.
That's a good idea. Yeah, so I can see that.
Yeah.
We've been around for 32 years as a food science nutritional company in Chesterfield, Missouri, outside of St. Louis. Products are clinically proven, patented, backed by science, and just guaranteed to work. We are the only epigenetic nutritional company in the United States. And we are a company with integrity and strong family values. And that's really what makes a difference compared to a lot of companies out there, in my personal opinion. Reliv has your solution. We have products. The products work. I mean, they're guaranteed. We just know that without a doubt because the products are absolutely amazing. We have an amazing compensation plan as well. One of the top in the industry, if not the very tip top of the industry. We found out at a conference however long ago. Anyway, it's amazing. And we also have this success system built in place. You don't have to figure it out yourself. You don't have to build your own plan or whatever. I mean, you do for yourself, but not actually for the success of your business moving forward. And there you are in the center. You get to decide what you want to do. You get to decide how you succeed, but all of the success points are there in your favor. We have the core nutrition. We have Reliv now for kids, chocolate and vanilla. I've been adding a little bit of kids chocolate to my shakes in the morning just because I can, and I add a little banana and it's delicious. We also have the adult nutrition, Reliv now with soy, Reliv now with whey, and Reliv's classic formula. Clinically proven, like I said before, balanced nutrition, patented as a whole food. It's like you're eating just the most nutritious apple or peach. Peaches are in my backyard right now and they're really, really good. I love it. We also have targeted solutions really to just make the perfect shake just for you. We have Fiber Store for digestive health, Arth Effect for joint health, our Cardio Essentials, which helps your heart, Gluc Effect for blood sugar management, 24K, which is a healthy energy drink, safe enough for pregnant women. Helps the fatigue cycle, which I love. Reverse Age helps with those age-related issues, skin elasticity, brain fog, youthful things. Provantage for muscle endurance and strength and repair. Soy Essentials for women's needs. I hear it's husband's favorite product. And Energize is a hydrator. An isotonic sports drink, comes in lemon or orange. We also have more targeted solutions for your immune defense. Is one of our newest, actually our newest product. Just amazing to me that 2 years ago, Dr. Carl started coming up with this formulation for this new product. And we ended up being able to launch it literally right at the beginning of the pandemic. And it just helps your immune system be in tip-top shape as best as possible. And we also have Lunarich X, which is for your gene health, turns off your bad genes, turns on your good genes. It's really just phenomenal. It's kind of just this little wonder capsule that does so many things, helps with your cholesterol and inflammation, just amazing. We also have the RLV hemp extracts, third-party tested and verified, organically grown in the United States, non-GMO, gluten-free, multi-step tested to ensure purity and efficacy. 7 steps. What organization, FDA or something came in to do a test in the plant, And they said, you're kind of overdoing it. You don't need to go through all of these steps. And they said, nope, this is what we're doing. This is how we do it. And we're not going to change anything. It's expensive process, but they do that for the integrity and just to make sure that everything is tip-top shape and pure and awesome. And it's also eco-friendly, which I appreciate as well. There are 5 ways to earn income. We have retail profit. You get to choose where you place yourself between 20% and 40%. Wholesale profit between 5 and 20%. You are joining distributors in your organization and you earn the profit between where you are as a distributor and where your downline places themselves as new distributors. There's overrides. Bonuses and trips, the ambassador program, and only $20. $20 to get started. So your goal is to build this distribution network that literally grows from your kitchen table all around the world. We have distributors in England or in Australia, a couple customers in England. It's pretty awesome. So friends, neighbors, relatives, Facebook friends, make your list and set those appointments. Here we go again, 20% to 40%. Like I said, if you, friends, neighbors, relatives, if you retail at $100, you get to earn between $20 and $40. If we're gonna be doing the same amount of work, I'd personally rather earn $40 than $20. So everyone is a potential customer. Wholesale profit, like I said, you place yourself at that 40%. We decided that was the best place to be. And somebody joins you at the 10%, you would get to earn that 30% in between the two profit levels. 15% if somebody joins you at the 25%, and 5% if somebody joins you at the 35%. So sponsoring increases your volume, and volume increases your profit. Overrides are calculated on business volume, not product volume or personal volume. You are that master affiliate and you sponsor Susan as your first level master affiliate. She says, hey, hold on. You're at 40%. I want to be at 40%. So there's no retail profit. 40 minus 40 equals 0. There's no wholesale profit. Same thing. 40 minus 40 equals 0. So that is when the overrides kick in, and you would earn an additional 8% off of everything in Susan's group, her customers, her distributors, her personal consumption, which is awesome. Just an added little bonus on top of that. Susan knows Jim. You may not know Jim, but Susan luckily knows Jim. He also joins in at that 40%. You would earn 6% off of everything in Jim's group. Jim would be her first level, and so she would earn 8%, you earn 6%, goes down 4, 3, 2%, and all that is that residual income. So see what happens if you share with 3 people and help them do the same. We all know 3 people that would like to build a Reliv business or earn extra income or wants to work from home during this crazy pandemic. So you share with 3 people, and they're all doing approximately 2,000 points of volume. So that'd be $6,000 at 8%, an extra $480. You teach those 3 to do the exact same thing. 3, not gargantuan number, just 3 times that 2,000 is 18,000 times 6%, an additional $1,080. And it just keeps going down. And I love that Quila Bueller, the picture that she said, because you look at that number and it's $18,300. You're like, holy cow, nobody makes that kind of money doing Reliv or these home-based businesses or MLM. But if you just look at those first 2 lines, can you talk to 3 people? Yeah. Can those 3 people talk to 3 people? Yeah. So it's totally possible just going along and getting to that 18,300. I need a sip of water if you can take over.
Oh, okay. Next way you can get paid is cash bonuses and trips. And these are, I think, some of the most fun ways to get paid. Every month, Reliv is giving out bonuses. Reliv just gave out a trip to Hawaii. I'm assuming there will be another something announced at the end of the month at the International Virtual Conference. And then there's also the Star Director bonus, which can bump up those percentages points on the last slide even more. Then there's the ambassador program, where when you reach a certain level of success, you become an ambassador and you get paid for travel, recognition, cash bonuses, really investing in other people and helping lead the company and develop the future leaders of the company. And it really comes down to you're paid to help other people. And that's really what an ambassador, or that's what really the whole Reliv system is about, is helping other people. And so then we pivot a little bit into training. And what does it mean to be a Reliv distributor? I've spent the week in a conference on leadership called the Global Leadership Summit that I do every year. And it's one of the most fantastic, I think, investments that I make every year in myself. And I came into it this year with the context of Reliv and leadership and virtual conferences and how can we connect with people around the world and be better leaders. But being a Reliv distributor, first off, is being a consultant, being a helper, a friend, a connector, but really we're being leaders. And I think sometimes we get stuck on the word leader because we think that it means you have to be Tom Pinnock or you have to be, a president or something big. But really, John Maxwell says that everyone is a leader because everyone influences someone. So if you're influencing anybody else, you are a leader, whether that's influencing your neighbor or influencing the person at the coffee shop, whatever, you are a leader just by the fact that you're influencing someone else. So what is leadership? Leadership is about trust and influence, Craig Groeschel says. Leadership is influencing each other towards a common goal. And in Reliv, that's flat out like, what's our common goal? We're helping people feel better and we're helping their pocketbooks feel better as well. What is leadership not? It's not about titles. It's not about how old you are. It's not the status you have. It's not a control thing or a management thing. It's not about charisma and it's not about seniority. There's kind of this funny thing at work at Our Power where I have a lot of people that work for me. And I'm not a very good manager. I will flat out say I'm probably the worst manager in the organization, and I'm completely upfront about it. I don't care about making sure you're clocked in at certain times or making sure that paperwork is done. I care about a bunch of people coming together and doing something that we couldn't do individually and creating something better because of that. And really, isn't that what Reliv's about? Is we get to come together and work together to create something better than any one of us individually could come. And that really goes back to the origins of the company. You've got incredible products made by a man who doesn't know how to market them. And then another man gets really good results on it. And Bob says, hey, how about we create a company around this product? And then they're like, well, we could make this taste better. So they bring in another man. And then they decide that, you know what, probably a couple of us, it's going to take more than that to get these products around the world. And so we hear Bob Montgomery on the training last Saturday, who's our founder and chairman of the board. And he shares about their first meeting in a coffee shop where they're like, how many distributors do you have? Well, you can be first and we'll get these 5 and we'll have 5. And it really is not about any of these titles, status, management, anything like that. It's really about coming together towards a common goal and doing something great. And that's what we get to do every day with Reliv and as leaders in Reliv. So how can we be better leaders? Something to think, and this is something that I hear a lot because I listen to this guy's podcast, is everyone wins when the leader gets better. And so, think about that. How can I get better as a leader? That's how we get better leaders, is we continue to work to be better leaders. So leadership is not something outside of me that I have to grasp. It is something inside of me that I have to grow. It's not some intangible thing that's way out there that you can read a bunch of books and or get a course or something and suddenly like, hey, I'm a leader. You already are a leader. You influence people. So then knowing that, you just have to water it and cultivate it and develop those tools that you already inherently have inside of you. And no two leaders look exactly alike. You look at Winston Churchill versus JFK versus, Ronald Reagan, and all 3 of them were probably iconic leaders of their times, but they had completely different approaches to the way that they led a group and a country. So to be a better leader, practice a few things. And it's not get perfect at them. It's just do your best. One, be intelligent. And this came from a scientist that I heard this week, and I couldn't pronounce his name, so I didn't put him on the on the slide. But invest in learning how you can be more competent. In our case, learn the system, learn the products, learn the stories, become a smart business builder within Reliv, and become an expert in your field. We can all do that. This is one of the tools that help us do that, is getting on trainings like this on Saturdays, getting on the calls during the week, and really learning what we can from the people who've gone before us and the experts in our field. Be curious. Explore new ideas and things you don't know. So the first one is the stuff that's right in front of you that you're like, oh, this stuff I know right here and I want to know more about. But being curious means, hey, there's things I don't know that I don't know exactly how they're going to connect with what I do, but they could. And so maybe that's reading a book on science or something that doesn't have to do with Reliv, or maybe it's a book that's reading how to creatively write. That may not be readily apparent of how that applies to Reliv, but it develops you as a person, which is developing you as a leader, because it's getting your brain to think in different ways. And that's a good thing to do as well. Have humility. Be aware of your limitations. Don't underestimate yourself, or don't underestimate others, and don't overestimate yourself. Recognize that different people have different talents, and that's a good thing, and they should be embraced. Some people are going to be really good with going out and making cold calls. Other people are going to be really good at follow-up. Other people are really good at listening. Other people are really good at technology. And those things should be embraced, because if you had a bunch of people that were only good at one thing, the company would be lacking everywhere else, as would your business. And so as we're looking to help people and build an organization, you need to have all of those different people that complement your strengths with their strengths. And so be aware of what your strengths are. Be aware of what your limitations are. Be resilient. Keep it going. Learn to cope and continue. This is one of those things. We're going to have up days. We're going to have down days in Reliv. That's just a fact of life. But you have to recognize we're in it for the long haul. At the end of the day, you either succeed at Reliv or you quit. And knowing that, there's a certain strength that comes from that. And that strength is you're resilient. You can actually pass on to the people that come into Reliv after you, and that can encourage them, because they can recognize, well, if Robert and Lauren can get there, so can I. Be empathetic. Understand and care about other people. You know, take the time to really connect with them and feel with them and go through the journey with them. We just heard Tom and Mindy talking, and you know that Tom and Mindy have been through a lot, and you can tell in the strength of their friendship. And then have integrity. Do what you say you're going to do, and make decisions that are going to be for the benefit of others. And both of those things are important in Reliv. If you say you're going to connect with someone at a certain time, connect with them at a certain time. If you're going to get on a training call and you want to be a good leader, be thinking about, how can I come into this meeting in a way that I want other people to come into this meeting? If you're doing a three-way, have the introduction for the person be the introduction that you'd want to get. You know, highlight how amazing they are. Highlight how many people they're helping. Highlight how much you care about them and how excited you are for them to get to meet the person that you've connected them with. And do your Reliv business in a way that's going to benefit others. There's a lot of cutthroat businesses out there. There's a lot of businesses out there that it's dog eat dog, and they're trying to one up each other. We're the other way around. We have a fantastic culture. I could go into a whole thing on that too from this week. But instead, be thinking, how can I benefit the people that I'm helping? And look at it from an other-centric point of view. And those don't seem like major leadership things to me, as I'm thinking of the stereotypical leader of the really good speaker up on a stage that makes everybody laugh and everybody wants to be friends with. But this is what true leadership is. Leadership isn't about being able to speak really wonderfully on a stage. It's not about being picture perfect. It is about caring people and doing some of these practices. So knowing those things, what's next? That's the question that we always want to be asking in our business. So dream big. Think about where is it that I want to go and why do I want to go there? Set those goals. So it's not just a wish, but there's a plan. You know, get that roadmap in place. Then go on and encourage others. This is one of the best things you can do as a leader is you can go in and say, hey, you know what? You're doing a great job. That was hard. You're awesome. Great training today. You don't have to tell us that, but it's funny. You can believe me. Face your fears. Fears won't necessarily go away, but you can work through them and you can push your way through them and you can learn from them and grow from them. They're kind of like working out. And then take action. So I leave you with this thought from Craig Rochelle, who's in charge of the Global Leadership Summit. Feel the fear and lead anyway. So often the things that hold leaders back is the fear of what it means to be a leader and what the responsibility that comes with it is. So if you already know, because I'm telling you right now, every one of you on this call or on this webinar is a leader. Every one of you is already leading. I just took away the fear because you're already there. Next step is how can you do it the best that you possibly can and be the best you and the best Reliv distributor you already can. And that's really about taking action. And before we get into taking action, I think this is a great spot for us to share how we've gotten to where we are today. So about 12 years ago, actually it was a little bit more than 12 years ago, almost 13 years ago, I guess it was 13 years ago this month, my mom had a massive stroke. I found her under the kitchen table. She was not acting normally. I'm playing with the dog in a weird way and laying on her back. And I said, Mom, what's going on? And she sounded weird. And I had some medical training in the back where I used to be a first responder, didn't realize I knew any of it. And all of that clicked into place. And because of that, we were able to get her into the hospital and the best medicine money could buy very, very quickly. Unfortunately, medicine wasn't the end all be all. We had our mom still, she lived through it, but she didn't have any energy and she didn't have any control of the left side of her body. And that went for about 6-8 months. And the doctor said, this is as good as it's going to get. And then a lady from her church called her and said, hey, I have this stuff you should try. It might help you. And my mom literally thought it wouldn't do a thing, but she's like, I got nothing else to lose, might as well. And as she tells it, 3 days later, she was up off the couch. As months went by, she was able to drive again, and she regained control of her life that she just never thought she'd get again. Got her driver's license back. That was huge. And then my dad started taking the products. He got off pain pills for the first time in my life. And that's really what opened my eyes to the possibility of what this might be. My mom got excited and started telling me about it almost on a daily basis to the point where I stopped answering phone calls. And it really was seeing my dad's results that opened my eyes to what this could be. And what I saw was a possibility to help people and to earn a side gig or a little bit of an extra income. Maybe $50 a month would be great, just because Lauren and I lived 100 miles apart at the time. And like, that would be good for gas. And so I jumped into the top profit level, didn't care what it tasted like, didn't care what it looked like, smelled like. I just knew that it worked on my parents, so it'd probably work on everybody else. And that seemed like a good investment. And next day I went to Disneyland, was sharing what happened with my dad, and a lady that worked there said, well, how do I get that stuff? I said, I don't know. And I did something in my ignorance that now was really smart, I think, as I'm looking back on it, as I called and asked for help. And that is probably, if we stopped right there, best training we could offer. But I called and asked for help, and I walked away with $50 profit the first day in the business. We've continued to get paid every month since then. We've earned bonuses, we've earned trips, we've made over $4,000 in a calendar month, and we've gotten to help kids of the world with the Reliv Clogris Foundation, which is just a passion of ours that we absolutely love, that we get to help kids around the globe. And we're healthier now.
We're healthier now. We are. We were dating at the time that Reliv came into his life, and I thought exactly what he said. I'm young, I'm healthy, I don't need this stuff. But he was really excited about this business, and I really believed in an opportunity like this. We just hadn't found the right company yet. And so taking Reliv consistently, I realized that I wasn't as healthy as I thought I was. Noticed more energy, stronger immune system, not dealing with muscle soreness and fatigue. My normal full-time job is working at Disneyland. So I put my body through a whole lot in entertainment, dancing down Main Street, all that kind of stuff, and just felt invigorated and felt that I could do things that were more of a struggle before. I got involved with the Fit 3 program when that came out, actually end of 2016 for us. We got to be a part of a pilot program. And I never wanted to work out. That wasn't my lifestyle. It wasn't something I wanted. My job was enough for me, really physically active, doing that. But I started gaining a pound here, a pound there. It wasn't anything big, but I knew my clothes weren't quite fitting the same way. And so Fit 3 has really just been something that's transformed my life. I've lost 10 pounds, gained muscle. Through this pandemic, we've grown this workout group that works out together, encourages each other, motivates. It's just been amazing to see the growth come from that group just in a couple short months. But it's really been a wonderful journey that I absolutely never expected to have.
And then for me, I didn't really think the products were going to do anything either. However, I was the kid that was always sick growing up, and I forget this so often, but up until Reliv came on, I generally wasted all of my vacation time on being sick. I didn't schedule vacations. I just got sick, and so I'd take a week here or a week there. And I can tell you now, I haven't had to take sick time in as long as I can remember since Reliv came along, and I'm healthier now than I was in my early 20s, really. And this time of year used to be miserable for me with allergies, and that's just not an issue anymore. This is generally the time of year it gets dusty and all this stuff is in the air, and that's just not a problem. And I have an old soccer injury. It kicked in the back of the knee, did some damage, and that just doesn't bother me anymore either. So it's wonderful to be getting older and getting better, as opposed to seeing what's happening to so many other people that we know something like this could help with. And so we absolutely love Reliv. We're going to share it forever. And really it's about sharing it smartly and effectively and compassionately. And that's what we get to go into next, if I can get the button to work, is we talked about taking action. As leaders, we need to take action now. And so we're going to go into the actions that we should be taking on a daily basis to build our Reliv business. And it's been fun during the pandemic. This might be one of the fun things, I guess, is Lauren has built this this workout group and it's a workout group, but more importantly, it's a community. And we're going to get into a little bit of that too. She doesn't know this, but surprise. So first thing you want to do is identify. You want to make your list right now with 10 product, 10 business prospects. Write down why you thought of these people, because then it's going to help you connect with them. It shows that you care. It helps connect at the heart. And at the end of the day, we really want to connect at the heart more than we do at the head, because transformative change in life usually comes out of the heart, not through a really smart essay. Usually an essay leads to things that excite people at the heart, if that's going to be the way that it changes. But really, when we get excited about things and when we're passionate about things, those are the things that lead to real world change, whether it's at an individual level or globally. So be thinking, why am I thinking of these people? Share that heart. And who are the first 5 that you're going to contact? Who are the first 5 you're going to contact today? And then there's always new people to talk to, whether it's friends, family, work, church, school, social media. Social media is an unlimited market. There are so many thousands upon millions of people that you can connect with. And if you run out of the millions of people on Facebook, switch to Instagram. And if you run out of the millions on Instagram, switch to Twitter. And if you run out of the millions there, switch to TikTok. I don't care. But there are ways to add to your list every day. Just go for it. There's a bunch of memory joggers you can use that you can use to make your list. Think of where you went to school. Think of where you used to work. Think of different people you went to church with, and then all the social media stuff as well.
I want to connect as well. I would really, at this point, go to your upline and tell them why you thought of this person and allow them to help you. If you don't feel confident in yourself quite yet, go to your upline and say, hey, this is so-and-so, and this is why I thought of them. They need more money. They, have this health issue, and allow your upline or sideline or whoever it is that you really feel comfortable working with, work together on this and figure out a good plan, next step for communicating with this prospect. What do you say? Just share your excitement and why you thought of them. I think that's really the most important thing, is just, having confidence. On the training that we were just listening to with Tom Pennick and Mindy Jones, they were saying, approach them as if you were, offering this gold mine. If you had this gold mine in your backyard, who are the people that you would be excited to share it with? I mean, you wouldn't keep all of that to yourself. You want to share that excitement. Who are those people? And have that burning passion, that excitement in you as you share this conviction with these people on your list. Use the company tools to validate, set the appointment.
And more importantly, this is about community. And
Yes.
This is the point where we don't want to just run past this, because this is so ridiculously important. Connections build worlds. Lauren has been making connections with her workout group through the last 4.5 months. And so before we move on to the next one, talk about how you're inviting people in to the workout group, because this is the connection point. You're meeting a why, you're sharing why you thought of them. You're sharing how you care for them. So what are you doing?
Funny if it started with one person, a friend of mine in Florida. She'd been a part of our Reliv group before and just kind of ran into some financial stuff. And anyway, she was looking to lose some weight. And I thought, all right, we can do this. So we set up a time that we were going to work out together every single day. And it just felt natural because in Facebook Messengers, it was the communication method that we chose. You can add more people. And so I just started adding. I said, hey, is it okay if we open this up to more people? And she said, yes. So, added Christina, added Terry, added my friend Christy, all these other people to, create that encouragement that we wanted, needed to have success. And it really has just been a part that I've been calling people in my phone book. I go on afternoon walks and I just bring my phone with me and I just call people, and it's not necessarily focusing on Reliv. Obviously it's, I mention it. If more comes from that, great. If not, I'm really just investing in the people in my life, people that I miss, just checking in on people. And oftentimes people talk about, how I'm trying to work out, or I'm trying to do this, or I'm trying to get healthier. It's just a really easy transition to just say, hey, I started this group. And it's just amazing because it really is the support. It's the motivation. There's this 5K that another friend from Disney invited me to, and one of my friends, she's really going through a hard time, and it was like, oh, I can't afford it. And a couple of us said, hey, we'll pitch in. And one friend was like, I got you. Sent me $50 to make sure that she was able to sign up for this group. So it's become so much more than just working out. It's so much more than losing weight, which all of that has come. People are reaching goals. This last Fit 3, the second quarter championship thing, we earned this group challenge award, and that's all come from this group. So it really is about community, so much more than just losing the pounds, but gaining confidence, gaining friends, the support, motivation, and it's fun. We're having fun. We're coming up with new ways to do things, and that was probably more than you wanted me to say, but I just get a little bit excited.
There's a lot of good stuff there. You're having fun. It's community. One of the things you did miss is it's consistent. Every morning at 11, they're in there. In fact, we had to put a door on our entertainment room because it was so loud, and I was trying to work in here in my office, and it was like, and I was like, can we put a door up? And we got this really cool barn door now. But
Tina Van Horn apparently is
she's loud,
throwing a rock concert.
Yeah, it felt like it. But they're having fun. They're consistent with it. They're keeping each other accountable as they're building towards it, whether it's working out on a daily basis, whether it's drinking water. I'm seeing all of these different things happening. And it really starts with connecting at a heart level and not at a head level. And I think we could go on forever on that. And that's a whole new training that we could do also. So then you want to share the Reliv story. And some of these people that are in this other group have heard the Reliv story now because of that. And this is where you're sharing your why, your belief, your heart. There's lots of opportunities to share the Reliv story, whether it's on the phone, whether it's on a webinar like this. You can even go to reliv.com/get started. But it's your chance to introduce your upline or other Reliv stories to new people. And really, this is where some of the magic of Reliv comes from. And it's getting to, instead of make just the first connection between you and the person, it's now building that connection between them and you and other people. And that's where this thing really gets strong and powerful, and it really becomes even more fun. And that's the fun of the morning workouts.
If I can add something really small, we looked at the chat, and Christine is saying such kind things about being a master of my craft. As Robert was going through the leadership slides, it's really been a growing experience for me because, and I'm almost working myself to tears, I didn't have the confidence to be a leader. Coming up with a workout, that's one thing that I do, is choose the workout that we do every day, and trying to please everybody. Some people are beginners, some people are more intermediate, some people want this, some people want that. And it was really hard for me to, like, I felt this pressure to, like, know what I was doing, or knowing what I was talking about, or we need to do this, you know, a variety of different workouts to work out different muscles. And I felt like there's so many more people that know more about working out, or how to do this or how to do that, that I just didn't know. And so anyway, it's been all of those things that Robert said about leadership. It didn't come innately for me. It was just kind of taking one step at a time through the process, and really just, like I said, having fun. And so yeah, it's been growth for me as well, and very rewarding because of that.
Oops. So once you've shared the Reliv story, ask for a decision. You know, ask them what they liked best, where would they like to get started. You've been doing this a little bit this last week or two. Talk about what it's been like.
Well, really, it's just after you share the story, it's figuring out where people want to be, and giving them all of the options. It's so easy to assume that, oh, they don't have any money, they can't go master affiliate, or they don't have the time, they don't have the this, they don't have the that, and just presenting all of the options and just saying, what do you think? You know, there's so many promotions going on, and so many, you know, the preferred customer free to sign up, $20 is, you know, the new sign up charge. So just letting them figure out what they want for themselves, and helping them get there, you know, get started on the product, super pack. Who do you know that might want to earn more money and do this business alongside you? Customer, distributor, master affiliate.
Ask questions, keep it simple, and keep it moving.
There you go.
So if they want to become a distributor, there's two great places to start. There's the affiliate at the 25% level. You're paying $375 for $500 of product, which is cool because you're saving $150 or making that profit. You also get the first shipping that's free. That's a great thing. Master affiliate's the most popular. It's where I started. It's moving by itself 12 years ago, and 35 to 40% savings profit level. 35 in that first order, and then 40% after that. And you're paying $32.50 for $5,000 of product, which blew my mind. It still does. You're now getting free shipping on the first order, which blows my mind even more now, because that would have been super cool back then. And if you share the entire order, you're earning $1,750. No, yeah, $1,750. Thought I said it wrong for a second, which is a 54% return on your investment. There's a tax write-off. You're getting your highest savings and profit for a lifetime. You're also, you're working smarter, not harder, which is just a very good thing to do. One of the things that we heard this week is making sure that as you're making decisions, don't just make decisions that are good for the now, but how are you making decisions that are not only going to save you money in the long run, but going to save you time in the long run, because that's just as valuable of a commodity, if not more. And as a distributor, you have a 1-year, 100% guarantee on any unopened product. So register and go. This is where I think things really get exciting and fun. You really want to connect with people even more at this point. It says that connect is at that level too, but really it continues on through the whole thing. It's not just asking questions of like, hey, did you take your shake today? It's really investing in them and going on the journey with them so that you can help them get the results that they want. And it's really letting them meet people that have also gotten maybe results like they want, but maybe it's other results that they haven't even dreamed of yet. Or maybe it's just somebody that's really cool in Reliv that you think they should meet, which I think is actually the most fun. And so as you're doing this, it's just like Lauren said, who do you know that could benefit from the products or the business? But really it's every time, once you've registered and you've connected somebody with the business, every time you connect should be an opportunity to connect them with someone else, and should be an opportunity to build that relationship between you and your new customer or distributor, but also them and the broader Reliv community. Because then it's just going to open their eyes to the scope and the scale and the awesomeness of what Reliv is. Kind of did this already. I'm going to keep moving. Why don't you talk about habits?
Oh my gosh, developing those daily habits is crucial because consistency is key, as I think Robert said before. Anyway, yeah, we're talking about consistency in the workout. Our group that we have, if you just decide, oh, I'm going to work really hard one day and then not the next, it's so hard to keep up with that momentum and to find the inspiration to keep going. So we all have the same 24 hours a day. How are we managing our time? It's really about deciding the day before what you're going to do, setting up your week in advance. We keep referring to the training we just heard, but it was really, really awesome. There's so many great nuggets. But Mindy Jones sets up a time Sunday night and figures out her week. Then moving forward, and always wants to plug people, and we all should be that way and are that way, plugging people into different calls, different trainings, different webinars and such, setting those daily goals using those 5 fundamentals. And the best way to improve yourself is just by doing these daily disciplines. That's something that are really going into, having a 40-hour week job to being at home all the time, and all of us, but is figuring out what I'm going to do and structure for my day, and having that 11 a.m. workout really helps with that. But finding the success there and in the consistency, prioritize the 5 most important things and do them first. Prioritizing is so important.
And with all that, I would just say one of the big takeaways is get a calendar. Calendars help you organize daily habits. And it could be a week that you're building it out. It could be a month. Like I work on a month-long basis. I know what's happening in my life for the next month, basically pretty consistently. Like I know exactly what I'm doing almost every day for the next month. And that's the quote unquote week that I work with. But I know that at 7:30 I'm putting this article up. 8 o'clock I've got email to check. 8:30 and I'm down to a half an hour usually that I connect my day to.
That overwhelms me.
And it used to overwhelm me. I used to do everything just in my head, and I probably still could, but by moving it to a calendar, I don't have to think about it. And once I've written it down, it's there forever. And so I think calendars are overwhelming for some people, me being one of them at one point. And once you get over that mental gap or that mental hurdle, you can really free up a lot of brain space and time just by prioritizing and structuring your time. So use the Reliv Success System. This is a way for you to expose people to stories. It's continually helping to build their wall of belief. It's hard not to be excited when you listen to that short and sweet call on Thursday night. It's 15 minutes of awesome. Like that's what it is. If somebody asks what it is, it's 15 minutes of awesome. You get to hear about what Reliv's doing for people and their health and help with their businesses. And there is awesome stuff through that whole thing. It helps customers and distributors think of people they can share with. It does. It makes you think of, oh, this person, oh, that person. It also develops leaders and residual income. As you're moving forward with that, that's going to help you help other people move forward. And think of it this way, not as leaders as, oh, I'm an ambassador up on stage, or I'm a, I don't know, president. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to call leaders. Think of it as leaders being you that has influence on someone else. It's going to help develop you. You may not be the presidential director that you want to be today, but somebody is watching you and somebody is listening and observing what you're doing and being influenced by you one way or the other. And so make that count. So you've got the entire success system, whether it's you start with your upline, use them every day. You know, you hear all the time, use them up like a tube of toothpaste. I think I heard Roger say that last week. Three-way calls, these are connection calls. They're adding to the weight of evidence. They're letting you connect. They're letting you connect Christina with Lauren so that Christina can be like, hey, I kind of like this Lauren person. There's the weekly conference calls. There's some fantastic calls out there. Find the ones that get you excited and get other people excited about them. Saturday training, which we're on right now, you're learning the basics to build your Reliv business. Special events when we have them again, but we've had some fun virtual ones. Build to them and through them to the biggest picture, which is conferences. We have the virtual conference coming in just 3 weeks. Also, you can go to the website and check out all the promotions and all of that stuff. I'm actually going to skip through this pretty quickly because I want to get to the conference part. You know, things change as we move through the day. But you've got the top 3 bonus, so you can earn a bonus each month. Preferred customers can still join free through the end of the month. The 1, 2, 3, if you want to get bonuses, work the 1, 2, 3 promo, ask your upline or go to the website to find out more about that. But here is what it's all about for me in the month of August. It's building towards the International Virtual Conference for Reliv. And you can use everything that we've done before leading up to this moment today to be the best leader you can be at the Reliv International Virtual Conference. So that might mean you're bringing your neighbor with you virtually or your group with you virtually. It's free, so there's no excuses not to be on this call. And what you can get out of this virtual conference could literally change the future of your life, your career, your future vacation plans when we're allowed to do that again.
Everything. Everything
could change on August 28th and 29th. Even cooler, they do have the schedule out now for this. And so you can go look at the schedule, and if you have somebody new that you're like, hey, they got to hear this specific thing, they can get on for this specific thing. The possibilities are endless with this because the limitations of travel, of expense, of time, because it's a really quick conference, have all been eliminated, which means that this is set up for you to really build to and then build from. And what I mean by that is you spend the next 4 weeks really investing in connecting people with the Reliv system and then getting them to the virtual conference. Their lives are going to change. Your life is going to change. And as you go into the fall, you're going to have a completely different life than you could ever imagine. Because we happen to know that conferences change lives. Conferences change businesses. Conferences build leaders. And just the practice of getting people there, going, and then following through will build you as a Reliv distributor and a Reliv leader through the rest of the year. And that's something to be really excited about, I think.
I think something fun too, if I can add, is that it's going to be on an app. So, and Tom said today on the other call that it's going to be accessible for a year. So you want to build the excitement, builds, people then and there, present moment and present time. But the fact that it's going to be...
You can refer to it.
Yeah.
And then you can also participate in the European conference if that's something to you. Roger, I saw your comment, and yeah, Christina is right. I have it all on my phone because I am a Mac user, and so I use it on my phone, which pops into my iPad, which pops onto my computer. And so I have zero excuses because it pops up everywhere when I'm supposed to have something happening. and that's good. That's good because it's a good reminder everywhere, and that helps. So I would, first thing, action point right now, go onto your phone, go into your calendar, save those dates, and start be thinking as an early goal, how many people am I bringing with me virtually to this conference? Is it going to be 1? Is it going to be 5? Is it going to be 10? Is it going to be 20? Like the possibilities are endless with this. And the investment you put into this month and into this conference could be something that literally changes the course of your life at whatever level you want. It could help you build to $500 extra a month. It could help you build to $5,000 extra a month. And maybe for someone, it's going to help them build to $50,000 extra a month. What you want out of it, you could get. And it really is taking this virtual conference seriously. man, button didn't work. There we go. So,
Important calls this week. We have the call Monday at 7:30 Central Standard Time, the Commits to Success training call. There's always a different leader, different ambassador leading the training, and it's always fantastic, usually about a half an hour long. Wednesday, there's an opportunity presentation. Great way to introduce new people, really fill your pipeline with new people and new excitement, is also on Zoom. Thursday is the short and sweet call. There's 4 amazing stories. Like Robert said, what did you call it? 15 minutes of awesome?
Mm-hmm. It is.
15 minutes of awesome is that call. All right, that's the new name for it. Short and sweet, 15 minutes of awesome. And then there's the Saturday training at 10:30 Central Time. Go to Zoom as well, join by phone. It's just consistently boom, 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 boom. These are the just the points that you want to hit throughout the week. There are also other little calls along the way. There's a new wine and chat on Tuesday night and coffee and chat Thursday mornings with the same Zoom, I believe, is the Monday night training. But yeah, it's just plugging in, and continually filling that pipeline.
And check the Positively Charged group for the phone numbers, because they did get updated this week, and yes. I just realized that we didn't catch that. But that's okay, because they're still fantastic, and you won't want to miss them. But, talk to your upline, talk to people that are on these calls, and they can make sure that you have the right number and get in that Positively Charged group, and that'll help you probably
Sign
as well.
up for the email list as well.
Yeah, but really it comes down to making the most of your time, investing in yourself, because as you invest in yourself, you're investing in leadership. And as you invest in the leader, everybody wins, because everybody wins and leaders get better. And so my encouragement to you this week as we move forward, I think this is the last slide, I hope, if my memory serves, is, yeah, we're getting there, is be a leader. Whatever leader it is, consistently be a leader. Take action every day. Persistently be a leader. Be a leader. You can make money or excuses, but you can't make both. And that's really comes down to any result in life. But if you're consistent and you're persistent and you're determined, then success will happen. And so as you're thinking about this, think about what your definition of success is. Think about where it is that you want to be a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. Dream big. Think of the things that excite you, and then invest in yourself to achieve those things. And as you do that, we can really go out and we can change the world, and we can get people results just like my parents got and we've gotten because of the results that they've gotten. And that's both financially and from a health standpoint. And there's very few more rewarding things than getting to help people with their finances and their health. And at the end of the day, look at them walking around. Like my dad works out on a daily basis now, which is something I never would have dreamed that we would see. And then you just look at the different levels of excitement. You look at Kevin donating every penny he makes to the Clogers Foundation. All of that because of a conversation at Disneyland that Lauren had 7 years ago, I think. And those are the kind of exciting things that we get to be a part of as we invest in ourselves, as we step through the fear of whatever it is that's holding us back, and as we go out and make a difference with Reliv. So I think that's what we got for you today. Is that right? All right, cool. So let's go out and make a massive difference for the world at whatever level that is for each and every one of us. And let's really work on investing in ourselves as leaders and investing in others as we do it. And let's make this a fantastic month for Reliv, building into that conference, and the best year ever, because we are on track for it. Make it a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.